Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Lekwa David. Welcome to my tutorial. Welcome to Dr. Lekwa's David's channel. For some time now, we've been trying to perform craniotomy in my lab. That is using stereotactic machine to open the skull to the brain and expose the brain for micro injection or to cause injury to any of the cerebral cortex. Guess what? We performed this experiment in the lab, and did the rat survive? Watch out this video and see if the rat survived. We did this experiment here in the Department of Anatomy, University of Port Harcourt. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like, share to as many as possible. Thank you. Join me as we go to the lab where the experiment is performed, craniotomy experiment, survival surgery.
Rodent experimental stereotactic surgery. Now they were using 20 rats for this procedure. Now you can see me here giving anesthesia, which is very important in this procedure. I'm using ketamine. We're using two types of anesthesia in this particular experiment: a general anesthesia, which is ketamine, and a local anesthesia, which is lidocaine. Now I'm using lidocaine because this ketamine is not sufficiently enough to properly anesthetize the rodent. So that's why I'm going to be using lidocaine to help with it. After applying the after applying the ketamine, we wait for a few minutes so the rat is fully anesthetized. Then you can see me placing the rat into the stereostatic frame. Now this stereostatic frame is missing a lot of important parts which was supposed to be important to this procedure, but we will settle for just the frame. After placing the rat into the frame, we had to shave up the part we are going to be using for the surgery. As you can see, it has already been shaved. We also sterilized the shaved part. As you can see, it has been sterilized. And also now we are making a midline incision on the skull, on the head, and we are stopping just before the eyes. So you can see here we're making the incision, and already there are quite some bleeding, which we're going to be using some cotton wool to help reduce the bleeding and to increase visibility. You can see me adding giving lidocaine. That's the lidocaine injection there. I'm giving it to numb up those parts. Although you can see I didn't really apply it properly, but as we go on, I'll correct myself. So now I'm trying to use the forceps to hold the skin to create more visibility and also to help me make the incision properly, as you can see from the video. Now the frame is quite small. The surgery frame is quite small, so it was a bit of a struggle to move my hands efficiently through it. But there are more advanced stereotactic devices currently in the market. So in case you want to do a procedure like this, it will be advisable to go for the more improved version of it. Now, as you can see, the forceps have been used to separate the skin, and you can see me applying. That's water. I applied water, so I could be able to see clearly. In a moment, I'll be using the cotton wool to clean up those blood here. As you can see now, I'm doing that. It's quite a bit bloody. That's a key landmark in this procedure. So we're trying to identify the landmark with bed mark, Still a lot of blood. Now I'm adding lidocaine, the local anesthesia. Yeah, I think I figured it out here, though I don't know. Yeah, so a lot of cleaning was done in this. A lot of cleaning was done to be able to visibly see what we're looking for. and the rat is quite small, so it was much harder. Now you could actually identify the bread mark from this. Right now you could actually see the bread mark in this video. During this procedure as well, we applied eye drops to the eye, so the eye remains moist, so it doesn't go blind. Now you can see me here actually using the drill. Now this drill is not the designed drill for such a procedure, but it was the only one we were able to find. The drill that was designed for this procedure was quite expensive for me to afford, so we actually stick to this one. And this is used for, it's a micro drill which is used for wood and iron. So I'm being very careful here not to make a mistake and the drill injures or cause an injury to the brain of the rat, which will cause death actually. Okay, this is me cleaning up, being very careful with the drill and all that. Now this is the opened space. We removed the top part of the skull, exposing the brain, after which then we caused an injury to the motor cortex of the brain. Now this is me stitching up after we applied paraffin wax to cover up the hole we created. So we stitched up, although not great work, but it did the work properly. Now this is the zero, just immediately after the surgery. This is the rat after the surgery. This is the next day. Now we gave antibiotics to the rat to help recovery, to help the healing process. And this is day 3, and this is clearly showing that the antibiotics are working. You can see the improvement. It's walking around, it's even drinking water, it's actually eating very well as before. So we also did a few tests to see if there was any effect of the injury caused. We did a wire mesh test, as you can see, wire mesh test, and we also did a elevated pulse maze, and there was significant difference